Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Star Wars Galaxy of Yeti here, coming with another roster review. And tonight we've got Dark Gray from, once again, we've got a neat warrior here. As you can see, 5-star Falcon. I'm liking what I'm seeing from the ships. We got some development here, some 11s on Han Chewie. Oh, you gotta have Phantom. You gotta have Phantom. That's something I gotta call out here. Getting those extra rebels out quickly for your Falcon team would be fantastic. I gotta say, you gotta have Phantom. Biggs and Wedge could use a little bit more gear depending if you're using Wedge, but Biggs definitely needs to be near G11, G12. That's something I need to work on my account as well. Let's see here. Akbar's at 9. Needs a bit of love. Anakin, yeah, you got your 3-star there. Probably something you might be working on. But all in all, yeah, I think on ships, Phantom 2 is something to look at. It's worth it for a Rebels fleet. Like, I don't care much for Ghost. I don't think Ghost is the greatest ship, but Phantom's a fantastic ship, and it brings out these Rebels really fast. I think Biggs needs some love, and Wedge needs a bit of love. If you're not gonna work on the Ghost at all, which is not really necessary. But all in all, I like what I see there, and we're gonna get. I already see some of my favorites there, so we're gonna get right to it. We're gonna go right to the ladies, and yes, this is exactly what I wish to see. I'd like to see Spirit actually higher geared and start up. I think this is a good enough Sisters team that you can start dropping Talia and get Spirit in there, and really, if you can get her to G12, then I mean this team takes a whole new PvP dimension. So yeah, definitely work on Spirit, but otherwise, I really like what I see. G13 on Daka is a Yas. G13 on practically all the Sisters is very good. So that's something that. Alright, let's go right. I saw another thing peeking at me. That's another yes. I think good. What we're seeing here is you've got Aura, you've got her with the Zeta. Is that on her lead? No. If you are so inclined. Aura does bring together a really nice Bounty Hunters team for P3, but you've already got the Sisters set up for Deathstorm, I'm assuming, so from what I saw with Initiate at low gears, so you wouldn't really need that, and you'd have to gear Greedo. But all in all, I like what I see from the Bounty Hunters. I wouldn't change a thing. This is a definitely solid team, especially that you've got the G12 plus pieces on damage on these two. That's going to add another dimension to this team. That's perfect. Perfect. Okay. Thrawn needs some serious love. That's for sure. I would say that almost... It's weird that at this point... I mean, I get this is probably an older account. But it's weird at this point that Phoenix needs work. But they definitely do, because Thrawn is in need of some serious love. He's just too good of a character to not... I mean, I get it, you're like wasting GP on Phoenix, but it's just too good of a character. Not seeing much here, so it doesn't look like there's going to be any Revans coming soon. We got Bashla Shan Fallen. I mean, she's excellent too, definitely worth gearing. Sith Trooper, excellent, definitely worth gearing. Get to the others. Bang. Yas. I love seeing Padme. That is brilliant. Very, very good. I'd like to see R2 being G11, G12. I think R2 is better in a Padme team than Yoda. So that's something I would think about going forward. The stuns, the pseudo taunt with the stealth, and got the fire and such. R2 it gives a lot of offense boost as well to your Galactic Republic tunes. Looks like Anakin's close to G13. That's awesome. Like, that's genuinely awesome. Padme's at 5 stars. I mean, I'm assuming you're going to be cracking on for her in the next run. See, Ventress, of course, is there. You got Newt, Dooku, Poggle, Magna. Would like to see some of the droids come in here more than Magna. I'd like to see GG. That's just a good enough team, especially if you're not going to have Jedi Knight Revan or Darth Revan anytime soon. I think it's kind of mandatory that you get General Grievous, because he's going to be one of those few JKR counters. Like, Padme's a counter to JKR and Darth Revan, but like, if you face an account with both Revans in, say, Grand Arena Championship, I really would like to see General Grievous here. I think that's one of those ones where it's like, what if they stick both on defense and you've only got your Padme, you don't have another counter to another Revan. So I think that's something to definitely really prioritize. All right, you're running Falcon without Rogue One. That needs to happen. You need Cassian's U-Wing. You don't have to go super heavy on the gear. G10, G11. You know, you can leave Jin and K2 at like G8. It's not a big deal, but Cassian needs that G11 for the crits. Oh, nice. Jedi Training Ray. That's beautiful. Yeah, this team needs some gear. BB-8 definitely. I wouldn't put any more on Scavenger, but Finn, yes. Getting him G12 is a good idea. BB-8 and JTR. I'd run them with... what would be nice on an account like this is to maybe run Chopper, and it works on your farm if you can bring in T3M3, which might also help you get Jedi Knight Revan. And so with that, you've got a good droid trio to go with BB-8, and you can run it with Rey. I mean, if you've got R2 free, even though I would like R2 with Padme, you know, unless you get 3PO or Shock T or something like that. But with Rey, I'd like to see a pretty full Rey, Finn, and some droids. I like that. I'm not sure if you've got L3, because L3 would be absolutely fantastic with a Jedi Training Rey. Let's go with the Scoundrels here. Okay, that next nest is kind of sexy. I wasn't even aware that was there. That is that's lovely. Yeah, you don't have L3, so I'd like to see maybe T3 in that Jedi Training Rey team when you finally throw some gear at it. I think that would be a good move. Let's see. I don't think there's much going on here. Just the Padme team. Hermit's always good for Grand Arena Championships. You can kind of throw everything in there. Bastila, obviously, and Jolie would be nice to have a second Jedi team. It's something where it's like you could roll farming for getting Phoenix up a little bit with Bastila and Jolie, Ezra, Kanan, and Hoda. You know, like that kind of thing, where you don't have to take any of your best. I mean, I genuinely think that Yoda can be dropped out of a Padme side, but I just don't see that as the best move because of the lack of turn meter tomfoolery with the Padme lead. Unless I'm mistaken in that, I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Pretty sure that's how it works. Let's see, we gotta do Unwavering Courage. No, it's not that one. Always a choice. Allies can't gain or lose bonus turn meter. So yeah, that kind of makes it so Yoda doesn't work so well in this team, from what I understand. I could be completely wrong. Oh, nice, Commander Luke. I didn't even check Rebels. I mean, he's got the legendary characters going here. I'd like to see, obviously, more gear coming in. I mean, 11, 12 on Luke and R2 and such. definitely makes another point why Chopper and T3 would be a great gear for the Jedi Training Rey team if he's got the Zetas to spare. I really think that would be a good move. I mean, all in all, yeah, I like what I'm seeing in that sense. Don't expect much here, not much there, not really a priority. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you've got 3 pieces of First Order at G12. I think it's probably a good idea to throw gear on OG Kylo and First Order Stormtrooper, even at a low star, and round out this team. Because this is a solid team. Like, make no mistake, you've got a G12 plus 1 Kylo Ren on mass sitting here with, like, not a full team. So, yeah, that's another area where I'd like to throw some gear if I was in control of this account. Now, let's see. I was specifically going to check something. This is it. Okay, I like Nihilus, like Traya, Scion, Palp Vader. Okay, so they're running out. He's got a lot of options for running both Palp and Traya, so that's good. I mean, you can see here he's got 9. He's got Tarkin and Thrawn up top in the Empire. So yeah, you know, round out some of those guys to your G11, G12s. I mean, maybe Palp G12 is a good idea, especially with that second Zeta. It would make it more impactful. But yeah, I like what I see here. Just little bits of gear to make it a little bit stronger would be nice. You know, you get everybody to G11, G12, that kind of thing. But all in all, this is a really well-rounded account. And it's funny because you take Padme out of the account, and it's one of those ones where you're like, well, it could cause somebody some problems, but it doesn't have the Revans, and it doesn't have any way of dealing with Revans very well. I mean, Traya can, but you know, you've got to have it modded just right to take care of Revans there. So yeah, like, you know, working towards General Grievous, I think getting you know, stuff like CLS and JTR, getting him a little bit more geared, getting some Zetas on him is a good idea. I see a lot of candy all through his account, so I don't think Zetas are going to be a problem. Some extra gear levels on Sith. I'd probably prioritize getting the guys to get a 7-star Padme. I think that would be the move. Getting Grievous, Droideka, like really working on those guys. B1, try to build that Grievous team and really get it done. I think that's priority number 1. And then I think the second priority for this account is going to be working on the guys for Jedi Revan. And I say that more for the ability to deal with other Jedi Revans. Because in GAC you're going to come up, Revan's pretty easy to get for a power team. So I think, especially going forward, you're going to see tons of Revans matched up against you at 1.9 million GP. So that's something I'd probably be trying to get. I think, unless I'm wrong, I think you're kind of far on Darth Revan. Because honestly, you can go either or. But I like the raid viability of Jedi Revan. So that's why I say that. But yeah, I don't see HK, even though it's an easy farm. When you get to Sith Empire down here, you've just got Bastila at 6. Jedi, I don't remember there being a Juhani with a lot of gear, or sorry, a lot of stars. Well, I don't see Juhani at all. So I mean, that kind of tells the story. I think with 3-star and 3-star, 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 2-star, I think that would probably be a move. I know it's probably not the most desirable, but you know, you've got 3 months to maybe do that. I don't think it's a mega priority. I think I'd prioritize getting that 7-star Padme before. But working on these hard nodes is probably going to be a priority. And because the General Grievous team, besides Droideka, doesn't have any other hard nodes, so you can grind out a whole nother team while working on Grievous, which is pretty cool. And the Grievous team will be the ones that will probably get you, pieces of the Grievous team anyway. Like if you get B2 Super Battle Droid, which plugs into Traya perfectly well, plugs into Empire with under a Palp lead, plugs into even Jedi Revan. Like it's one of those, like you can use B2 Super Battle Droid in a bunch of different places and get great results. So I'd say like getting B2 Super Battle Droid to 7 stars, getting your Magna Guard to 7 stars to get the Separatist farm going is probably a good move. B1's effective at like 3 stars basically. So I mean, obviously you want 7, but he's effective at low stars because the heals are the most important part out of B1. So like that's something you can work on fleets, and I mean there's a lot of good stuff going on here, and I think once again just getting that 7-star Padme, getting Grievous, getting at least closer to Jedi Revan or Darth Revan if you choose Darth Revan is probably going to be the best move you can do. You've got the well-geared Yoda, you've got Hoda, you've got the stuff that can make a good Revan team without taking anything out of your Padme team that really needs to be there. So that's that. I think once again we've got a pretty successful squad there, and there can be a little bit of focus, going forward on a couple of those key teams. But all in all, I like what I see, and yeah. If you guys liked the video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down. Comment down below, tell me why all this. Anyway, you guys have a good night.